Hello, hello. Let's see, are we live? Welcome, welcome. I am Shantae with CompletelyCraftybyChanti. Just want to welcome you to my page. Happy Wednesday. Hopefully your day is going well. Just want to find myself. I was able to find myself fairly quickly on the on my phone. Oops, I might be doing too much. All right, so I know it's 90 degrees in some places. It's even, bye babe. Sorry guys, my husband is off to a basketball game. It's 90 degrees or even hotter in some places, and we're working on fall stuff, but we have to get ready for the next season. So here we are.
All right.
Have a good luck. You can say hello.
Hello.
All right, bye.
Bye.
So we are working on this swag, and so this is a 30-inch swag, and looks like I have picked out, it's mostly oranges, so I got some leaves and berries and acorns, and then I have a couple of, oh, sorry, those are pine cones. Couple of pumpkins that we're going to add, but we're going to first add, initially I wanted to do poof, but then I thought, no, because I really need, my goal tonight is to not use glue. I want to be able to tie everything in either with the tinsel itself or some with zip ties. So I'm going to go ahead and cut some pieces off. All right, so I'm going to cut these, let's do 27. I don't know how many I'll need, but I'll do maybe like 5 to start. Oops. We just had a really bad storm pass through. The lightning was ridiculous. The lightning, I told my husband, I was like, I felt like the lightning was right beside me. It was a little scary, and visibility was bad because it was raining so hard. It's like, not fun. Hey, Nina. 3, 4, 5. I'll do 2 more, and then we'll see if I need to cut some more. All right, so I'm just going to do some ruffles with these and add to my swag. How's the weather in Philly? We had thunderstorms and lightning. Just adding the mesh just to give it some texture. Again, I wanted to do poofs, but then I decided against it at the last minute. And I figure see how these ruffles turn out. On the way home, I kept getting the emergency. Well, even before I got home, you know, how your phone tells you, you know, well, I have the Ring, so it always gives me those neighborhood alerts. And then as I was coming home, I kept getting alerts about the bad weather. And I wanted to say, I know, I'm in it. I'm driving in it. So I'm using the pine cones to hold in my stiff. Oh, that's good. It was, I mean, it rained like a really quick rain, probably around maybe 1 o'clock-ish. But by 3 o'clock, it had gotten real dark and it was storming. Puddles everywhere. I was just so afraid. I was like, please, Lord, don't let me hydroplane. So, I drove slow. But it was a little scary. And then, of course, the road to my house is closed because they're working on some railroad tracks. So I had to go a longer way home. I was like, it's never easy. But God is good because I made it home. Alright, so I'm definitely going to have to add some more. Because I'm not even done the one side yet. This pine, this swag, it's really thick at the top, and then it starts to thin out at the bottom. Thank you. Me too. It was a little stressful. It was almost like driving in a snowstorm. There were periods where you really couldn't see in front of you. It was crazy. The fibers in this mesh is tickling my nose, and I'm not liking it. All right, so I need to cut some more pieces. So here's what we have on this side. So I'll cut a few more. So my plan for this weekend is to switch out my spring table scape for patriotic. And then I can add the centerpiece that I made on Saturday. I'm trying to decide. I plan on doing Christmas in July. But I'm thinking that I'm going to do my regular live on Wednesday, but my Christmas in July live will probably be like on Friday. What do you think? Friday or Saturday? What do you think? Hey, Vanita. Vanita got a new puppy. He's supposed to be not potty trained, house trained, but evidently he likes socks. Friday? Okay. I put that on my calendar. As a potential, so that works, and that'll get me into having to do it, or make me actually do it. I pulled out I have all of the fall signs in the basket over there, so now I just need to pull out the Halloween, and I need to pull out the Christmas. I probably specifically need to pull out the Christmas if I'm going to do Christmas in July, just so that I know ahead of time. Because I think it's like 5 Fridays in July, I want to say. So I need to make sure that I have at least 5 projects to do, because I can't say that I don't have ribbon, because I definitely have ribbon. I just don't have mesh. So I have to figure something out. All right, so I'm almost finished. I think I'm going to go ahead and use up the last, no sense of having stragglers of this mesh. I'm going to cut as many pieces as I can get out of it so that I can have a full roll empty. Fall is my favorite season, although Christmas is my favorite holiday. So I just love the crispness of the air in the fall. I told my husband we need to get a fire pit for this year. We had one at our other house, and my husband is prone to throwing stuff in the trash, so he threw it in the trash when we moved. So now we don't have any. We don't have one, rather. So, all right. I don't know. There's not much on this roll, but I'm going to use it. What I would like to do is, we have a spot on the lower level of our deck that I would love to like do a brick, like a what do you call it, pizza oven. I've been hinting to my husband about it, but he doesn't, because he loves pizza. I thought that would be perfect. All right, so we are done with our base. So here we have our swag. So now we're going to add a couple of the floral. So I'm just pulling things out just a little so it doesn't sit flat. And I am going to put the first one right in the middle. But I think I am going to zip tie it just in case, because if someone puts it on their door and a gust of wind comes, I would hate for it to fly out. So I'm going to zip tie it, but then I'm also going to use the pine to close it up. I always turn them the wrong way. I'm just going to use my pliers to give me some extra oomph, because my hands aren't always the best. Clip off that, and then I'm going to also use the tie. All right, so we have our first one. I'm going to put one at the bottom as well. Actually, I have a few of these. And I'm just adding this right down the center of the swag, making sure that I have some greenery to attach it to. Alright, so now I'm just going to find a pine cone that I can attach it. There we go. And also help hide the zip tie as well. Okay, so we have a couple of these acorns. I'm thinking I'm going to put them on the side. Again, the goal today, not to use my glue gun. Now I'm just trying to find some pine cone that isn't wrapped up in my swag. So I'm going to use my zip tie one more time to help secure it in the event that someone uses it outside. We don't want the wind to come and blow anything off. I'm going to add a bow to the center, and I'm going to spread this little pick out, and I'm going to put another one. I'm going to put another one on this side. But I'm going to angle it down. So did everyone have a good Father's Day? And Juneteenth? Oh, see, I'm thinking, oh, thank you, Nita. I'm thinking I'm so used to my iPad that's touchscreen. I was trying to move my laptop. I'm going to use the 4th of July. Oops, look at that. The 4th of July, the long weekend, to help me figure out the remaining months that's coming up and prep for my upcoming shows and try to take some inventory as to what I have left, what I need to buy. I'm trying to figure out when I can go to the, oops, I'm going to slide this down just a little bit. When I can go to the wholesaler, if I can at all, to try to pick up some supplies. All right, so I have one at the top, one at the bottom. This is what we have so far. Now I think I thought I had 2 of these, but I must not. So I'm going to go ahead and add another one of these. I want to make sure I add the pumpkins. I'm going to bend this a little bit. Using up all my zip ties. But again, I want to make sure that I'm secure in it. And the customer doesn't have any issues. I have a custom order I was going to do this evening, but I needed to get a little bit more clarity as to what else she wanted in the wreath. So I decided maybe I'll do that another time. She wants an oval grapevine with some lamb's ear, but I wanted to just verify, you know, if she wanted, you know, what color ribbon. Does she want ribbon? Can I put some other greenery in there? So I want to wait. All right, so what I'm going to do, okay, something just poked me. What I want to do is right here in the center, I'm going to make a bow. Okay. And then what I'll do is, once my bow is made, I will see where and if I'm going to add these pumpkins. I also have these pumpkins. And then I just thought these florals, this orange floral was pretty nice. So I thought I would add those. But let me do my bow and see what we're working with. Okay. So I picked out this ribbon that has some leaves. It's a little glittery. I really didn't want glitter, but you know, you gotta use what you have. And so I asked my husband which ones I should pair with, and he liked these two as a combination. So I'm gonna make a bow with that. And I don't necessarily need to make long tails because I'm going to go in and make some curls afterwards. I think that's good. Vanita, except it you know, it lingers all the time. I had a project with glitter the other day, and I'm still finding glitter. Well, it wasn't so much it was a project. The ribbon had glitter just like this. So it looks like I'm, you know, sometimes when I'm doing a bow, I don't really have a plan until I start with until I start. And so I'm going to cut it a little bit longer to make an extra tail. I almost feel like these loops are a little lopsided, but we're going to work with it. All right, so I'm going to do this one next. There's not much on that on this reel of ribbon. So I'm just going to do 2 loops. No, I'll do 3. Go ahead and do 3. Susan is babysitting her younger cousin and some pets, so she couldn't hang out with me tonight. So I'm glad you guys are here. It's much nicer when I have somebody to talk back to. All right, so now we're going to add just the last one. It is this pattern. Each time I've just gone in just an inch. Just making sure that I can see the size. All right, now I'm going to use a longer zip tie to help me gather all of this. And I'll use an orange. So now I'm just going to put my pipe cleaner right behind here before I tighten everything up. And before I tighten, I'm going to try to separate these a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to see if I can fill in that hole. Yeah, right there. I'm not using a sign or anything as an attachment, just the bow. I'm just trying to get behind it. Okay, so now I'm just going to fluff out my bow just a little bit more. Yes. And then she had mentioned that, you know, a neighbor is sick, and so she was prepping and making meals for them before she left. So she was a busy lady. Okay, so I'm going to trim my ends. And I'm going to let that hang. But these up here, I was going to try to make a couple loops, but I still need to clean the ends off. Thinking maybe I won't be. Let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna have to make them shorter because my I need to cut it. And then I think I'm gonna do just some loops inside a couple of the mesh just to give it some more color. Hi Patricia. Oh no, you're not late. We're working on a fall swag. Now we're just adding the accessories, and so this is what we have so far. All right, so now I'm just going to make a couple of loops. Nothing major. I don't even want it that long. Maybe 12 inches. I know I don't have enough of all of it. Thank you. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to pinch this here, bring it around, and then I'm going to just add it to one of the areas where I included my mesh. And I'm thinking I may only do that color. What do you guys think? I'm going to show you this. You see it right here. I think I may only do the leaf. And not necessarily all over. Okay, now I'm just eyeballing it at this point. Sorry, I'm just doing some trim work. Pulling my acorns up a little bit so that they don't get hidden. I have more of this ribbon, so it just might be easier for me to use it. And again, I'm not putting them in every one. Just a couple. I just touched my face, which means I'm going to have glitter on my eyebrows. After we add these little hoops in, we can determine whether or not we're going to add any more of the floral. Bow is getting squished. Let's just straighten it out just a little. All right, I'm going to add one more on this side, maybe one more at the bottom. I don't want to hide my acorns on this side either, so let me make sure I get that up a little bit. There are probably at least two more. Thank you, ma'am. I thought I had a smaller swag, then I wouldn't have had to use as much product, but I did not. So, again, use what you have. Nope. Nope, that one is, hold on. trying to find a pine cone. A pine cone. Trying to find pine tie. All right, so I had to look at it from my side because I can't. Yep, I need one more at this bottom here. And I think I might add the pumpkin because I see a spot over here that could use some filler. So let's see if we can get that to work. All right, so let me see. I'm thinking about adding this. Yeah, I'm just going to bend its little tail and tuck it in just under the bow. And I am going to secure it in here because this is a no glue project. All right, so we have one here. I'm thinking I'm going to probably put one up here. Hey, Nikki, how are you? Can you see the pumpkin right here? I'm going to add another one right here. Sleep. Me too. I was up since I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning. I ended up around 4 o'clock just coming down here in my craft room and to try to figure out what I was going to do today because I didn't do that yesterday. I was like, I don't know what was wrong with me. Usually, you know, when I'm awakened in my sleep, I'm thinking something's wrong, and so I pray, you know, for whoever needs the prayer. But then, you know, after I prayed, I was still wide awake, and so I was like, okay. So I came downstairs until it was time for my husband to leave in the morning. All right, just a second. There's a lot happening here, and I'm trying to get my zip tie where I need it. There we go. Okay, after all that, I almost didn't have the pumpkin in the zip tie. That would not have been cute. Oh, hey, Donna. Thank you. All right, so I use the zip tie, but I am also going to use the pine to wrap, secure it, so there's no trouble. All right, so in doing that, I messed my bow up a little bit, but. All right, do we need to add these florals? Or do you think we have enough? Hold on, but I'm not filling my bow. Let me fix my bow. I'm going to trim it just a little bit more. Okay, so we have, here we go, okay. All right, so this is what we have. Let me know if you think we should add these florals or are we good for the evening? I feel like it's full enough that I don't necessarily need it. So I don't see any comments unless I'm missing them. But I think we're going to be done. I could save these flowers here for another fall project. So my 30-inch swag is now, hey Betty, my 30-inch has now, it's not 35. So I added a couple of more inches with this bottom, but I think we are good. Thank you so much, Patricia. I was telling the group in the beginning that my intention is to do Christmas in July, but my thing is I'm going to do my regular lives on Wednesday, but the extra bonus will be I will do a Friday night Christmas in July live and work on some Christmas items for everybody. So if there's anything you want to see, I do have a couple of projects that I want to try. So I bought these metal Christmas trees. They're probably about this tall, and I want to decorate them. I was trying to get like a more variety in my booth for these upcoming shows that I'm having, and I thought that would be perfect. So I'm working on it. So I think that is all, folks. I so appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. And I will be back next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Be sure to hit the notification so that you get a reminder when I go live so that you don't miss anything. And please comment if there's anything that you want to see or want me to try. But I'm not an expert, but I love to craft, so I'll try it, and we can see if it works out. Thanks, Vanita, for watching. Have a good night. Tell Morgan, stop terrorizing the dog. Thanks, Betty. You guys have a great evening, and I will see you next week.